What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the What We Gonna Do podcast. Oh man, so we're a few episodes in now, y'all. Few episodes in. I hope you guys have enjoyed them. Like I say, y'all not really gonna see a lot of promotion. I really ain't even giving out my social media too much. If you know how to find me, you know how to find me. It is at What We Gonna Do Pod. That's GONE on Instagram and Twitter. But, or if you want to email me, whatwegonnado@gmail.com. But I ain't really going through the whole gambit or nothing like that today, because we jumping right into it. I'm sitting here in my office. I just had a great conversation. I don't know when this will be released, and I don't know when his will be released, but just know there's gonna be an episode or something coming out with me and CJ from the Awakened Soul podcast. I don't know. It may end up. I think yeah. You know what I mean. So just know that that's gonna happen or whatever. I'm having a little mini brain fart, but yeah, just know that look out for that. May have already heard it, may haven't. If you have, go back and listen to it. If you haven't, know it's on the way or whatever. I'm sitting here. It's a beautiful day. Had a great lunch with my wife and my daughter. Went to a new restaurant that was out in Greenville, Texas, called Lolo's. I believe it's a black establishment. I don't know if it's black owned, but I mean, everything that we ate was fire. My wife, she got the catfish and she got some chicken. My daughter got like some grilled cheese sandwiches and fries. I went ahead and went with breakfast because they do breakfast all day. And I went ahead and got the Oreo pancake with the sausage patties, with the scrambled eggs, with cheese. Everything was hidden. And we got some drinks too, you know what I mean? I think I got that, what was it called? The Patron Long Island. No. It was the Patron Margarita. And then my wife, she got the orange something. It's at the top of the menu. It's got vodka in it or whatever. Anyway, everything was good. We got to go back there. Definitely recommend it or whatever. If you are in Texas, it's in Greenville, Texas, I believe. I think that's where we were. But it's a beautiful day outside. I mean, sunny day, good weather. I hope that whatever day it is that this comes out, it's also a beautiful day. Get out. Enjoy your time with your kids after you get through listening to this. Even, man, take a break. Take it right now. Go get out, come back, finish this episode or whatever, you know what I mean? Because this one is pretty much what I've been thinking about. I'm like, man, I got all this stuff I've been writing down over the past several months since I've been away, and I really want to get it out. Like, I really want to get it out, have a bigger conversation, bigger dialogue about it. And let me not even say bigger. I just want to put it out there because it's almost like Lil Wayne 10,000 bars. If y'all are rap fans, y'all know about Lil Wayne 10,000 bars. If you don't, go out and listen to it. It's probably on YouTube or whatever. But I want to say Lil Wayne basically had all this stuff written, and he went through every page, flipping the pages, and he went through every lyric that he had written. And from that point forward, he stopped writing. I want to say him and one other rapper has done that. I can't remember the other rapper's name, but Lil Wayne definitely did it. And I got stuff like that, like stuff that I have like filed away from 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, stuff that I, jotted down because I wanted to flesh it out later, whether it was, an idea for a movie, whether it was an idea for a book, whether it was, a post, whether it was just something I wanted to do a note on and expand. There's a bunch of stuff like that I have that, that I want to get out. So that's what y'all gonna hear a lot of. Y'all gonna hear some new stuff. Y'all will hear a few relevant things. I'll kind of throw that in. But you guys are going to hear a lot of stuff that I've been sitting on. So I hope it's still entertaining conversations and, dialogue or just stuff to think about, you know what I mean, to entertain y'all. But again, right now, this is just for y'all. This is exclusive just for y'all. I don't care about the new people. I don't care about them, okay? I appreciate them. Yes, new people, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I want y'all. But this is for everybody. You know what I mean? All jokes aside, this is for everybody. But specifically, shout out to the people who've been rocking with me, man. I think I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm back, and y'all are the reason that I'm back. So, We still gonna, keep it down as far as time, or at least we're gonna see if we can keep it down as far as time. But I am going to start off by reading you all an excerpt from my unreleased book. Yes, my unreleased book that I went out and I got copyrighted and I did all this stuff for, and it was going to be self-published on Amazon, and I never did it. That's another conversation. Y'all have seen me bring it up a few times, and it still may come out. In my mind, I still have to put it out, and I still believe I am going to go with the self-publishing route instead of, going through, different, people and stuff like that. So anyway, we'll see. But right now, it doesn't exist. It's only in my head and this excerpt that you guys are going to hear. Love, a word that means many things to many different people. I tried to experiment with the word and find a general definition, but I still haven't been able to generalize the word. Love is a strong feeling. Yes? No? Some people confuse it with lust, or they like that person a lot, but after a day, after some months, can you really know that? I think it takes about a year to really put it into context, because in that time, you should know. And it should not be a thought anymore. Sometimes I wonder, are we really in love? Now, let me pause here because I wrote this when I was younger. I do need to probably clean up the text a little bit and revise it or whatever, but that's kind of like the first thing, you know what I mean? So just try to, you may have to go back, you know what I mean, if I read it the wrong way, but go back and listen. A strong feeling does not necessarily mean love. Can you be in love and still fall in love? If so, were you really in love at all? Sometimes that feeling is the only thing keeping relationships together. But some of you can't even say more than 2 or 3 reasons about why you love that person. Love comes and goes. I have been asking this question, is there a time limit on love? Some say you can't meet a person and fall in love in the same day. Some say it's instantaneous. Some say it takes time. But how can you fall in love with someone you don't even know? Sometimes we just care a lot but are not in love. Some people just say it to one another so much that it becomes true and you start believing that you're in love because you have been saying it so much. Love is unconditional, is a famous saying. People, don't confuse love with caring. They are 2 different things. Some people feel that they care about someone so much that it must be love because of how strong it is. A lot of people say love can't be defined, but I am trying to find a concrete definition of the word, as I said earlier in the passage. People who have been in relationships say that love can never be lost and that you will love a person forever. I know one thing, love is not to be played with. People, if you truly do not love that person, don't say it, even if they are saying it to you. The most important thing in a relationship is trust, or so I've heard. So how can you trust someone that lies to you? Then sometimes you have a lot of love for someone, but are not in love. Some say there is no difference. I believe that if you are in love with someone, that you are crazy. Being in love is crazy. Crazy is being in love. I mean this by saying that when you get that feeling, you would do anything for that person. You have plans about being with that person 10 years later, even though you have only known them 1 week. It's 1 week, not a lifetime. And that's crazy, or at least crazy to me. It could be bad or good that you think that way, but it is crazy. Some people who may be like me have left a relationship and started wondering, did I even love that person at all to begin with, or are just now starting to think about it? How do you really know you are in love? So that's the excerpt, you know what I mean, that I wrote. Just talking about love because, man, love is so complex. If you guys have ever seen the movie, what is it called? It's with Jamie Foxx and Gabrielle Union. It is called, man, that's terrible. It's one of my favorite movies. I can't even think of the name right now. But go Google Jamie Foxx and Gabrielle Union. You'll know the movie that I'm talking about. And in the movie, I want to say that either Jamie Foxx or Gabrielle Union says something early in the movie about, and it's Jamie Foxx actually. He says that if you love somebody more than yourself, you can basically overcome self-preservation and you can bite through your hand. You know what I mean? And so at the table, Jamie Foxx is joking and he tries to bite his hand and Gabrielle Union is like, I don't see any blood. You know what I mean? But later on, when we get towards the end of the movie, if you guys haven't seen, it's an old movie, so I'm sorry for any people that I'm spoiling the movie for. But when it gets towards the end of the movie, he's running, you know what I mean, trying to get to her. She's on the train. She's about to leave. He ends up running into a wall, and he's out there. He's running, but he's like biting his hand to give her a sign, to get her to basically like, yo, hey, I love you, whatever the case may be. And he runs into a wall, and he gets up, and his hand is, his hand is bleeding or whatever. And that's crazy. Love is something that can override all of our senses, where we care about somebody more than ourselves. Even if you feel that way about your child or your significant other or your parent or your sister or your friend, is that not crazy to say that you feel that way about somebody that is essentially above how you feel about your own self? You would die for this person. We say that so loosely, when it comes to different people. Man, I'd die for you. You know what I mean? You my ride or die. You this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? You know what I do. We say it loosely. And again, I talked about it in the excerpt, just talking about the lies and all these different things. And some people will justify the lies. They literally believe, and I think I've done an episode on this, but I think, what does I call it? Don't cheat or don't lie, something like that. But they will literally say that you don't truly love a person until you lie to them to protect them. I don't believe that's true. I don't think that's a definition or a condition of love, is your capability of lying to them to preserve something. I feel like you telling the truth is going to be that definition to see if they stay around, to see if you can persevere. Outside of that, it's a fabrication, in my opinion. It's not real. It's not genuine, because you've pretty much got this person so wrapped up in you or in the reality that you've created, and you didn't allow them to exist in their own reality of truth. I do think that love is a good thing. I think that love is important in the world, and what it means, by definition. I know I kept referencing definition because there's so many definitions. There's so many understandings, and there's what is it? There's I can't think of the words for them, but there's there's like unconditional love. There's love of a friend. There's love. Matter of fact, Beyonce and Jay-Z talked about it. What was the album? Is the album Love Is Everything? And Everything Is Love? You know what I mean? I always say it kind of both ways or whatever. But they talked about that in that album. But you can look at these different things because there's like Greek and, all these different meanings for these different words. But love is a tripped out thing, man, because I always said, if you love a person, there was a question. I can't think of what movie it came from, but basically it said, when you love someone, when is enough enough? And I may have said this before, but in that movie, the answer was never. And it's just like, never. That's like some biblical stuff. You know what I mean? Forever and ever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Forever never seems that long until you. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, that is a long time to be like never, like just because you love them. And is love the most important thing? Like, is love the most important thing in a relationship? You know what I mean? I always look at it like, in relationships, it's a composition of things. I know, what is it? Love beats all, or love, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. Yeah, what is it? Love conquers all. I don't know. And let me tell you something. For you biblical people that are going back and y'all looking at the scriptures like he doesn't know what he's talking about. whether you are, black, white, whatever. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't got a Bible sitting right here in front of me. And also, I'm not the super duper Christian. I'm still learning. I'm still growing as a man and coming into my Christianity and my belief and my faith and all those different types of things. So when it comes to love, it's just like, man, it's hard. I have to be honest. And I think that any of you out there would be honest about that. Like, y'all know y'all go through stuff. I think I said the last episode or something. Like, I think it's fake for people to sit there and make it seem like, oh, we don't go through this and we don't go through that. But everybody does. This ain't no damn TV show. This is real life, and love plays a huge part. I mean, love is why we say we make certain decisions. This is why I get married. This is why I got into this relationship. This is why I take care of my child. This is, love is like a lot of things to a lot of people. And oh Lord, don't even let me talk about patriotism. I mean, what is patriotism without love? You know what I mean? Is it, because of course patriotism is damn near blind. It's crazy, right? Patriotism is, oh yeah. I did say love is crazy too, right? It's the same thing in my opinion or whatever. Like, it's tripped out how we think about certain things, and we think about them so strongly, whether it's your faith or whether it's something else. It's just like, we will go to the ends of the earth over the craziest thing. And I do think it's crazy by definition. I know some of y'all is like, oh, love is sane. I think you're insane if you think that love is sane. I don't feel like, and this is going to sound bad, but I'm like, I don't think that love is a sane thing. It's like, well, what's the opposite of love? Hate? If you don't love, or are you just not supposed to love so deep? You're only supposed to like, you know what I mean? You shouldn't get caught up to where again, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root. Love. You know what I mean? It's addictive. It's history. It's ingrained into us. This is how we associate our feelings that are so strong and overwhelming. This is the word that we use that is the most expressive way that you can use the word love. Me and my wife, have been together 10 years. I love my wife. You know what I mean? I love my wife. But I'm human. And as humans, I think we go through different emotions, man. There's times where it's like, yeah, probably hate you. Probably hate me. I'm being more figurative than literal. Wink, wink to all the men out there that know I have to put that disclaimer in there. But you know what I mean? It's you go through these different things, and then you think that love should beat everything. Nothing should. A woman, this, that, family, love. But it doesn't always. And I know it's like, everybody has all these questions. Does God exist? What cruel game is God playing? And it's like, people can ask that same question about do you really love me? Is there ever an answer for that? Is there like a realistic, put it into a capsule definition? What does that, Well, if you love me, you'll never do this. Well, somebody else, if you love me, you'll try to never do this. Or if you love me, you'll stay with me. You'll care for me in my sickness and in my health. If you love me. What about honesty? If you love somebody, are you required to be honest? I've said it before that I don't think that we can deal with 100% honesty. Nobody wants their significant other to be 100% honest about how they look, about how they feel, their cooking, their whatever the case may be. Nobody. So what can what can we know? We just experienced it. You have all of these different philosophers and different people who have spoken about love. I mean, there have been, what is it? There's all these different things and pros, PROSE, about love throughout history. Nobody's ever really been able to define it and put it into, tangible things. It's like, did we come from God, or, is it science? Love is like science, right? Science is crazy. I know y'all know some other people like, oh, God is crazy too, man. Ain't that a trip, man? It's all in the same spirit, right? Some people would say, you know what I mean? Can you prove it without a shadow of a doubt? Is it something that you can touch, that you can feel? I talked, about lust and the confusion between love, lust, like, and in love. You got all these different things, you know what I mean? You got go look at the definition of lust. You know what I mean? Is that not a love? Is when you lust someone so much, is that not like a love of that thing? It may not be a love of that person, but it definitely may be a love of a thing that person can provide. You know what I mean? Like, I like you a lot. When does like convert into love? When does it turn into love? And it's, is it just a feeling? I always say that with my wife, I knew, I knew, good or bad. I felt like this is the woman. I feel like this could be let me not say that. I felt like, I'll say it. I felt like she could be the best woman in the world for me, or she could be the worst woman in the world for me. Life is a game, so it's a coin toss. You never really know definitively. You have a lot of guesses. Your shit could be 30, 30, 70, 60, 40, whatever the case may be. But you don't know. You have to experience it. Seinfeld talked about it on Wale, the album About Nothing, as far as like love. Like you don't know until you are on the other side of it, as far as it relates to marriage. He just talked about it's going to be new. You know what I mean? It's new. That's what it is. Obviously, I'm not an expert on it. I mean, people literally, they study this like they study Tupac. People got classes on Tupac or whatever. And people still hating on Tupac like he ain't no fire-ass rapper or whatever. But, I digress. Let me not get off into a tangent. I do have to be funny, man. I thoughts coming to my head, and I can't be serious, the whole time. But love is a trip. Oh, yeah, and I didn't even talk about the in love. Do y'all separate it? Y'all separate love and in love? I think there's a separation. And I don't think it just applies to, what are those called? You got platonic relationships, and then you have whatever. I don't think it just applies. I think that it's multiple things that you can be in love with and give it that name, that condition or whatever. I do believe that love is a feeling and not an action. I know a lot of y'all will argue that it is an action. And I am on the side of it's a feeling. I don't feel like actions cement love, because actions can change. People can change. Like putting your faith in a person can, ultimately leave you in the wrong place. Like, that's just the way of the world. Like, people will let you down. So to sit here and just solely say that love is defined in action, I believe is false. And I know, to sit here and simply say that it's defined in feeling, I feel like it is a emotional thing. Because people love for all different reasons. People love bad, like people love danger, jumping off of mountains. People love stuff that's addictive. People like, you know what I mean? And so it's like, yo, you can't just say, some people want to put it in a box and say, well, love is when you do good stuff for people and it makes you feel really good and it's nice and it's warm and that's all. No, love isn't that to everybody. Love is different to different people. People love different things for different reasons. Look at all y'all. Y'all watch all this bullshit on TV all the time. Why? Why? Oh, it's entertaining. Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Get it, whatever. It's entertaining or whatever. Nah, man. Y'all the reason them people getting rich and they instead of paying their bills. Man, I looked up the other day and I said, what the keeping up with the KUTW been on or KUTWK, what? Been on what, 10 years, 12 years? I was like, yo, this got to be the stupidest shit. It's like, but people is fascinated with it, man. People fascinated with other people's lives and what they can say about other people's lives, and people fascinated with people seeing their life. It used to be, Basquiat, your art. You know what I mean? You're a painter. You're Duke Ellington. You're a musician. You are Zora Neale Hurston. You are Maya Angelou. Like gifts. Now, I know a lot of people is like, oh man, why y'all always gotta, y'all don't want to hear me talk about this stuff, man, because I really could go on and on about how I have a disdain for this reality stuff. Like, I felt like it was cool back with Real World, Road Rules, like stuff that was going, even though I felt like them shows never had a real black person on them. I felt like it was never a real black, and I know y'all, man, there are black people from different spectrums. I felt like all that was fake, man. I felt like they had real white people on them shows, but none of them black people was real black people. In my opinion, ever on any of those shows, they were not real. You know what I mean? These people on these reality shows are realer than them, and they fake as hell. They fake, y'all know this stuff is fake, man. Y'all know. This shit is it's probably faker than wrestling. Wrestling is more real. You can die in wrestling. People have died. You do something, you move the wrong way. Wrestling is more real than these damn reality shows. Even if it's scripted, still more real. I seen something and y'all like, man, he probably, I know the women is probably like, what he about to say? So I seen, what was it, Rich? Get his big ass on that table. I said, that nigga ain't about to do, when you know a nigga ain't about to do, niggas know what I'm talking about. Y'all know when a nigga ain't about to do shit. A nigga just posturing, shuffling shit around, moving furniture. Man, sit your ass down. Joe Budden. I ain't believe that nigga for a second when he was sitting there talking to Safari, man. I was like, yo. And again, I know, man, it's TV, it's this and that. And, I know everybody wants to believe these people are real people and they wouldn't do that. And no, they're solid. No, I think that Remy Ma and Papoose, they real people. There's certain people that I feel like, yeah, they real people. T.I., real person. Tiny, certain people, real people. Rest of that shit, I don't believe that shit, man. It was corny to me when Joe even got back on the show. I'm talking too much, man. Telling y'all all my business. Y'all like, oh yeah, he does watch reality TV. I'm being funny, but I don't watch reality. I kind of can't, I keep up with hip hop news. So I read a lot of articles. I'll catch different videos or whatever, but I'm not like sitting down. I didn't watch the whole this, that, and the third. Or my wife will tell me about it or something like that or whatever. But used to have real stuff and real gifts and real. So it's like, man, I miss that. I know I've gotten off of, talking about love, but love is a conundrum. It's a paradox. It's explainable and unexplainable at the same time. But I think it is what you make it. I would hope that you make it good. I would hope that you put it into something that is good, that is positive for your life, something that's not dangerous, something that's not harmful. That would be my hope. That you figure out what it means to you and what it means to be loved and get rid of some of the superficial stuff and the made up stuff and what you believe and money and this and whatever, like with my wife. And I don't know, I've told somebody this, like people this in real life, but it's not all of those little things that it's just like a feeling that made me say I love this one, like I love her. It's not some of the other stuff that is easily, I guess, broken or can be thrown away or stuff. Like it's not some of the superficial stuff, so to speak. Like, it was never about her money, her cooking, sex, how she looked. Yeah, that gets you in the door, but I'm talking about love. Why I love her. And I think I told my friend this. It's like that was not why. It was just, I felt it. I felt it. And I think when you know, you know what I mean? You know. Again, I know I talked in that excerpt about that puppy love, that kitty love. Like when you look back on different relationships, it's like, man, did I really love this person? I don't know. Because maybe it changed. Maybe at the time, maybe you did love that person. It was just an immature love. And then another person, it was the same thing or whatever. Maybe you did, or maybe you did. Maybe you just really liked this person. Maybe you really cared for this person, like you really wanted this person to do well and be good in life. But it wasn't love, and you allow yourself to be tricked that it was love just because you had a great and deep concern for this person. Y'all think about it just like I've been thinking about it. And y'all let me know. You know what I mean? What y'all think. And of course, there's going to be a million different things. And I know y'all like, what's the takeaway? Like I say, man, the takeaway is love, in my opinion, is crazy. And love is emotional. It is an emotion. It is not an action. So choose wisely who you give your love to, whatever you in love, whatever you want to call it. Choose wisely. Think about it, because if love is as important as we say that it is, then we should not take it for granted, because it's powerful. Love can move mountains. Love can get people to do a lot of wild shit. All right, I've been talking long enough. I'm going to let y'all go. Until next time, this is AJ. This is the What We Gonna Do podcast. I ain't even been saying that on the other ones, have I? Oh, hell, I'm getting back into the old me. All right, y'all. Peace.